welcome back. I know you may wonder why I got that funny video at the beginning. I was feeling goofy today, so that's really why I added that. I was feeling goofy. But anyways, like I said, this video, we're gonna focus on my time management. But just a really quick thing, I'm done with my first semester of grad school. I know this video was supposed to get done like a while ago, but like I said, I had like I had three papers due. I was really busy, so now that my semester's over, next video we can talk about that. But anyways, this video we're gonna focus on what my time management was and what I did this past semester. Because I chose time management for the simple fact of there's 24 hours in a day, and how you utilize your 24 hours is up to you. And I feel like I could have been more efficient with my 24 hours. So starting off, every Sunday, I will always like plan out my personal schedule. And every Tuesday, I don't know if I put two, but like every Tuesday, I always plan out my work schedule for the next 7 days. I chose Tuesday for my work schedule because every Tuesday, me and my boss, we have like a development meeting. So we're always about my goals, what needs to be accomplished in the building, yada, yada, yada. I really can't go into too much detail because of where I work. I work at a school, so I really can't tell you guys too much detail for some effective laws, and I could get fired for it. But like, that's pretty much that. But my personal schedule is because I just like Sunday nights is like my chill time, and I always have time, and that's my me time. So getting right into it, when I do my schedule, first off, I have everything, my weekly stuff automatically renews every week on my schedule, so I already know what has to get done. So for example, during the weekdays, every day, at the absolute latest, I am up by 6:30 a.m. every morning. And I say that because I get up that early, first off, because like I said, I'm trying to utilize my 24 hours. And I'm like, where can I add hours to my day so I can be more efficient? So because I don't have to do work till later on that morning, at the very latest, if I'm up by 6:30, the first 30 minutes of my day, I always spend it as, I call it me time and my self-reflection time. So if I'm up at 6 a.m., from 6 to 6:30, I'm doing like this reflection of, like I'm just getting myself ready for the day. I don't never just get up and just start doing stuff right away because I can't. So with me just sitting there, I may check my phone, I may browse social media for a minute, but 30 minutes is what I give myself. So from 6:30, from 6:30 to 8, I will do homework. Whether that be read a chapter for class, get an assignment done, get started on an assignment. I try to use those 90 minutes to get some type of homework done because I'm trying to be more efficient with my time. And then moving, like this is the Monday through Friday thing. I'm up at 6:30, like I said, at the latest. And if I was up at 6:30 and at 7 a.m., I would start my homework. But that really just depends on what I had to do for the week. So from 6:30 to 8, I'm doing homework. I'm strictly doing homework. I may take a break because I'm easily distracted. So like after 30 minutes, I may take a break. But other than that, by 8 o'clock, I stop what I'm doing. And I stop at 8 o'clock because I need to take a break again. And I'm done with my homework for the morning because I need to start getting ready for work. Now at 8:10, from 8 to 8:10, I'm back relaxing and chilling because at 8:10, I'm gonna start getting ready for work. So from 8:10, about 8:35 at the absolute latest, I'm out the house. I have to be out the house because I have to get to work by 9. Now, when I get to work at 9, like I said, I have certain details of my schedule, of my time blocked off for the day, because at any job, if you're part of the operations team, you know that it's not a desk job. Anybody that has been like part of the operations team, you know you can't have like a strict ABC LMP schedule because your operations, and so stuff unexpectedly is going to come up on your schedule a lot, so you can't really get stuff done. So what I do at work is, when I get there, I always block out like the first hour because I know students are coming and I may have to deal with student needs, and like parents are coming in, so like the first hour, or I may have to call parents to see what's going on, or like you never know what can happen. So from like 9 to 10, I'm handling stuff at the desk, like mandatory stuff that needs to get done. From 10 to like 10:30, I open my schedule back up just in case something to pop up in the building, or I need to do something. Like I said, you never know, especially when you're part of an operations team. You can't just be blocked off of the whole day. You only block off certain periods. So from 10 to 10:30, I kind of like open myself back up to like everybody. Like I never exclude myself from the staff. I'm focused from 9 to 10. So like from 10 to 10:30, I'm like, okay, it's my float time. If anything happens, okay, I'm ready. I can, like, if it's unexpected, that's fine, because I left that part open specifically for that reason. At 10:30, I start my inventory of the building for the day. Typically, I go look at it. Like I have a student worker, and I go look over with them, and after 10, it takes probably 15 minutes, depending on the stuff that of the building needs. 30 at the most, and then I open my schedule back up at 11 o'clock. And the reason I open my schedule back up at 11 o'clock is I need to get back like to the front and just monitor stuff and like questions, concerns. Like you never know what, like I said, like you really never know what can happen on a normal day at a school, because you're like the go-to for everything. Like I'm the go-to. Like they're like, Deshaun, did you know this? What about this? Where's this? Where's that? Well, this unexpectedly happened. This unexpectedly happened. So boom, there's that. Then from like 12 to 12:30, I go to lunch. I just go to lunch. That's really straightforward. From 12:30 to 1 is my, how do I say this? My desk job. Like that's my, okay, desk work. Like every job you have your desk work. From 12:30 to 1, I do my daily desk work. It's like, I don't like to do it that often, but it has to get done every day. So I always do it right after lunch, because like I'm doing certain stuff. Then at 1 o'clock, depending on the day, I have certain things I have to do. And usually what I have to do from 1 to 1:30, it's over. Then, like I said, my schedule really differs from day to day, and because of like I work for a school, I really can't show you guys my schedule because it has certain stuff in it. So from 1:30 to like 2, I may have a meeting or something like that, because like I can do more in my afternoon because I don't have my student worker with me. Like I have a student worker in the morning time of my shift. Like in the afternoon, they have to leave and go somewhere else. So like after 1:30 to 2, I'm depending on what, I usually have meetings back to back. Like I plan my meetings back, depending on the day. Like I have to plan my meetings from like 1:30 to like 3. Then like at 2:30, I'm usually back. I'm at the front because I'm watching. It's transition time, and I'm watching because or kids may be going home early, and I have to record a lot of this stuff. So at 3 o'clock, I'm out for the day. Now this is where we're going to switch to my personal schedule. Like I said, usually right after work, it takes me maybe on a bad day 15 minutes to get home. So when I get home, I never do homework right away. I just after being at work, I don't believe in doing homework right away. So from 3:30 to 5:30, or depending on it really just depends. From 3:30 to 5, I'm gonna say I focus on YouTube, and this is my time to record videos, edit them, etc., etc. Usually I have to be back on campus because I have class from 6 to 8:45. That's typically what I do. Depending on then afterwards, I do homework. So I'm home by 9 p.m. I do homework from 9 to midnight. And I get up and I do it all over again. So some of you guys may be wondering, well, that just sound very blind. No, the purpose of this was when you put everything in your schedule, you know what you're going to do for the day. And when you know what you're going to do for the day and you know what needs to get done, that's what makes me such a great worker and why I'm the bomb at what I do, because I have everything in my schedule. So when I have my weekly development meetings with my boss and we check in and she asks these ABC questions, I have it all in my schedule. This is what I did on X, Y, and Z. On my per schedule, if I didn't get a 4.0 this semester, I can see, was I not studying enough? This is on average. This is how many hours a week I was studying. Maybe I can up it up in this class and down it in this class. I know I'm very specific and detailed. I actually use Google Calendar. I highly encourage you guys, if you don't use Google Calendar, to use it. Because when you use Google Calendar, you can I use Excel a lot. So like, if there's any special documents or anything, I will attach it to my Google Calendar for that time period blocked off. So I don't have to waste time searching for this. I don't have to waste time searching for that. So like, whenever it's time to like work on homework, if there's a certain website I have to go to, it's linked to my calendar. All I do is pull up my Mac of my computer, click on it, boom. I can legit get started right away and get going on what I did. Like, I don't waste my time looking for stuff. That's the purpose of me having my calendar, and I attach documents to my calendar. Because when I want to work, when I say I'm going to start it at 4 p.m., I want to start it at 4 p.m. I don't want to spend the first 15, 20 minutes looking for this and that and this and that and this and that, because it's wasting my time and I'm giving myself false, accurate information of where I went wrong. You still follow me? So as we transition over to my school calendar, actually before we transition, while I'm at work also, and this is a very key note to what I do at work, I have multiple calendars attached to my calendar. So with that being said, I have, like, if somebody's going off campus, it's on my calendar and I can see it. If someone's in a certain place at a certain time, it's on my calendar. And the reason I do that is because I need to know what's going on in the building. I need to know where the students are. I need to know where the teachers are. I need to, like, the absence calendar. I have that on my calendar too. I need to know which staff members are not here, or if a staff member comes in late or they're leaving early. I need to know before I can be able to reach out, because you never know what happens in the school. Like, it could be like a building fire drill. If a student is missing, we want to practice fire drill, you need to be able to get in contact. Like, okay, that teacher's not here, but I know that teacher is here today, so that's who I can go to. Like, I need to know what's going on in my building, like, all times of the day. So I have multiple calendars sitting on that, and like, when I want to, I can turn the calendar on, I can turn the calendar off, just like that. So if it's too many colors and I'm just saying too much, I can turn it off. I don't have everything just attached or just linked in my calendar. I just have multiple calendars built in. So going to my school calendar, every year, I've done this in undergrad too. Every year, the first week of semester, I always block off time. And when I do this, because I go through all my classes and I put every due date for every single assignment on my calendar. I do that because I like to know what's due, when it's due. Like, for example, I had like a 10-page paper due this semester, and it was due the last week of classes. I knew about this paper the first week of class. So when the professor actually started to talk about this, I knew about the first week because I knew what was expected, what needed to be done. I knew the first week. So like, when the professor started to bring this stuff up, like in November, in the class, like, oh my God, I'm shocked. I'm not blown away. I can just chop at it little by little by little and by little. So when December comes, and while everyone else is freaking out, I'm not freaking out, because I knew this back in August. I had to do this. I put when you put every single detail on there, you get to start on this is your way of getting ahead in class, because when the professor's going over, you're like, oh, okay, I knew about it. Like, I like to start my assignments a week early. Depending on how good it's going, I may start it 2 weeks early. I'll never start it more than 3 weeks. Like due dates can happen, all that stuff can change. But when I do this, it gives me that availability. I can move stuff around. Like, I go to the gym. I can go to the gym, I can go to the movie. Like, I plan all this stuff out so I can know and say, okay, I can't do this or I can't do that. Or like, if people say I want to hang over the weekend, I can know what my schedule is looking like. Typically, as I move to the weekend, I'm usually free all weekend, and like, I don't really do that much homework on the weekend. For some reason, I get a lot of homework on the weekdays. I get a lot of stuff accomplished on the weekdays. So like, if I'm packed with homework on next week, for example, I can switch my calendar and say, let me get up at 5:30 and I can do homework from 6 a.m. till 8 a.m. That's 2 hours every day. Also, I can do homework in the afternoon when I get off of work, because this semester I had 3 classes, but only 2 of them was at night and 1 was online. So I had Tuesday night class, I had Thursday night class. I know for some of you college people, I think like, oh my God, you have a Thursday night class. It's really not what you think it was. Actually, I enjoyed that class a lot, but that's another topic for another day. So anyways, if I know I have a lot of stuff to do on Monday, Wednesdays, I can just get this done after work, and I can it shows my free time of what's gonna get done, how it's gonna get done, when it's gonna get done. And it's very convenient. And like I say, I can reflect on this semester and say, this is where I went wrong at. I focused too much on my YouTube, and I didn't put enough effort to school. It may sound very common sense. Like a lot of stuff you would think are not common sense to people, to use your calendar so you can be more efficient with your time. And that's really what's the purpose of this. And as I'm really coming to a conclusion right now, like I said, this was my purpose, and this is my way of just being more efficient with my time. Because, like I say, when you're more efficient with your time, it makes it easier to set goals in life. And when you set goals in life, anybody that set goals know you can't just sit there, I'm gonna start losing weight on January 1st. It doesn't work that way. You say, what are you gonna? You have to go into detail. Like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I'm gonna go work on this, that, and this day. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat this many meals. I'm gonna have this many calories intake a day. Like, you know that you can't just sit there and just BS this stuff. When you go into detail and you break down your days and you know what you're doing, and what makes it the most important, like I said, when you can backtrack this stuff. That's the real point of it. When you backtrack it, you can see what you're doing wrong and how you can fix it. Like, a lot of times people are like, well, I need to pay for a person to help me get my life together. It's really not that hard. When you just sit there, it just takes time, and really you have to put forth the effort. You can really see where you're going wrong at. And I'm going to leave you guys on this quote. Everyone, you know what insanity means. Insanity is when you do the same thing and expect a different result. If you're doing the same thing, you're not going to get a different result. Thank you. God bless you guys, and hit that subscribe button. And let me know what you thought of this video. Feedback, positive feedback, negative feedback, constructive criticism. I like it all. Thank you guys. Peace. I'll see y'all later.